The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is produced in partnership with the School District of Lee County, Waterman Broadcasting, and NBC2. This program features high school students in both public and private schools from 6 Southwest Florida counties as they compete in this exciting academic challenge. Lee County High School student interns help produce the show under the direction of the Lee County Schools Communication and Production Department. The A-Team Challenge is brought to you by the Suncoast Credit Union Foundation and a contributing sponsorship by Hodges University.
Hello everybody and welcome to another game of the A-Team Challenge here on this fine day. I am Robert Van Winkle, your host, and proud to be once again invited back to host the A-Team Challenge for 2016. Our schools today continue to duke it out. We're in our second game of the quarterfinals. One of these two teams will be moving on to the semifinals and maybe even off to the final game. We'll find out who does that a little bit later. Our partnership is 27 years in the making between NBC2, the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, and the Lee County School District, celebrating academic excellence here in Southwest Florida. You can watch our games, by the way, on the internet on YouTube. We're posting them this year to our YouTube channel. Just go to the YouTube channel and look up Lee Schools TV, do a search, and you'll find it. Thanks also to Comcast and to CenturyLink, Channel 99 and Channel 89 for broadcasting the A-Team games as well. So, students, welcome to game number 2 of the A-Team Challenge quarterfinals. Bishop Verot High School won the last game, so one of you again will be winning this one and moving on. Remember, our categories again today remain the same. They will be in science, math, arts and humanities, language arts, social studies, and general knowledge questions are peppered in there as well. Here's a quick refresher of the rules. We like to do this at the beginning of each game. The students have been well briefed as well. The first 3 rounds, remember to work individually, no help from your teammates in the first 3 rounds. There's no penalty for an incorrect answer. If you buzz in early and miss the question, though, the other team gets to hear the whole question in its entirety, possibly stealing the point away in that instance. And in the final exam round, they'll be wagering as much or as little of their scores as they wish and working with alternates to see who moves on. So once again, welcome to 2 fine schools. On my right, it's the Battle of the Coasts today. This is Gulf Coast High School on my right. These students are ready to play versus Island Coast High School. Island Coast High School on my left here, all decked out in some nice white shirts, and they will be ready to play as well. So here we go. Students, let's get started. Each question in this round is worth 5 points. Put your hands on your buzzers. Let's play the A-Team Challenge. For 5 points. During World War I, Germany attempted to place advertisements warning Americans not to travel on transatlantic vessels, such as this one. Mark, go first.
Lusitania?
Yeah, the one that was sunk on May 7th, 1915, was carrying armaments, and it sank quickly. Lusitania, 5 points. Gulf Coast starts us off. What famed composer, nearly blind at the end of his life, had just enough sight left to finish his work, The Art of the... Chad, Gulf Coast.
Beethoven?
No, not Beethoven. Island Coast had just as much time to finish his work, The Art of the Fugue. Nick, Island Coast.
Wagner.
No, not Wagner. It was Bach. Beethoven was deaf, not blind. All right, next question for 5. That's okay. Good try, both sides. It opens on December 24th with a young boy standing at his parents' grave. A man dressed in gray with an iron on his leg orders the boy to get him a file and some food. Sophia, Island Coast.
Great Expectations?
Yeah, that's the opening of what Charles Dickens' novel, 5 points. Island Coast ties it up. Which scientific term describes both the center of the sun and the center of the earth? Mark, Gulf Coast.
Core?
The core. Simple answer. Good question. 5 points, Gulf Coast. Next for 5. He raided the Virginia and North Carolina coasts. Mark, Gulf Coast.
John Brown?
No, not John Brown. Until he was killed in 1718. Name this colorful pirate whose real name was Edward Teach. Nick, Island Coast.
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard is the right answer. Ties it up again for Island Coast. Next for 5. In the 1880s, he began experimenting with both electrotherapy and hypnosis. By 1900, he had started the analysis of an 18-year-old girl named Dora. Mark, Gulf Coast.
Freud?
Yeah, named the legendary doctor and social scientist Sigmund Freud. 5 points, Gulf Coast. Name the class of novel. Name the class of novel that reconstructs a personage or a series of events of a past age and incorporates serious scholarship about the facts of the age being recreated. Anthony, Gulf Coast.
Historical fiction.
Yeah, historical is right, and that is the correct response. 5 points, Gulf Coast. Next for 5. Alexander Stephens was the only vice president of what American political entity that existed in the first half of the 1860s? Mark, Gulf Coast.
The Whig?
Nope, not the Whig. Island Coast. Good try, though. Nick, give me a shot.
Confederate States of America?
Yeah, the Confederate States. That's what he was vice president of. That's 5 points, Island Coast. Okay, next for 5. Born on the same day as Abraham Lincoln, this Englishman's 200th birthday was also celebrated just last February. Name this naturalist who studied wildlife in the Galapagos. Mark, Gulf Coast.
Darwin?
Yeah, you say the word Galapagos, you get Darwin. 5 points, Gulf Coast. Next for 5. Its recently released second edition is smaller, weighs less, and allows more and easier reading than its original model. Name this device that allows reading. Chad, Gulf Coast?
Kindle?
Yeah, Chad allows reading of ebooks and is made by Amazon was the rest of the question. Kindle was your response. 5 points, Gulf Coast. He has helped to create the television network Telesur, intended as South America's answer to Al Jazeera. He's got permanent eye damage from his time in prison, but still has a vision of taking his country toward a socialist paradise. Mark, Gulf Coast.
Chavez?
Name the controversial leader of Venezuela, Chavez. 5 points, Gulf Coast. What type of clouds are in the form of domes or towers or rising mounds resembling, Mark, Gulf Coast?
Cumulonimbus?
I'm going to give you that one. Yep, that's correct. Cumulonimbus or cumulus clouds. 5 points, Gulf Coast. Next for 5. Authors sometimes include a brief inscription at the beginning of a book that states the work was written in honor of a friend or relative. Such an inscription is called what? Anthony, Gulf Coast.
Dedication.
The dedication of the book is 5 points more for Gulf Coast, correct. What does the sharp sign before a note on a piece of music do to the note? Anthony?
Raises the pitch.
Be more specific.
50 cents.
No. Incorrect. Island Coast? Okay. Raises the pitch a half a step. I needed to hear that, a half a step. That's the term in music I needed to hear. No problem. Good try, both sides. Next for, do we still have more time? Did I hear the other bell? No. Okay. Here we go. For 5 points now. It now appears that he was pushed into action by Abraham Lincoln's announcement that he planned to grant full U.S. citizenship to black people. Chad, Gulf Coast.
Grant?
No, not Grant. Island Coast, listen up. Name this actor who went to Ford's Theater in D.C. Nick, Island Coast.
John Wilkes Booth.
Booth is correct. 5 points, Island Coast. He shot Abraham Lincoln. That gets you 5 points right under the wire there. Good job. Okay, so this is going to be a good game. Right now, the score is Island Coast at 20, Gulf Coast at 45. Before we go to our 10-point round, let me introduce you to the players here on my right at Gulf Coast High School. First spot is Chad. Chad Bull is a senior this year. Chad has been accepted to UCF. And he wants to study sports management. Chad, good luck to you in the future. Next to Chad is Anthony. Anthony Amodio is a junior this year, as yet undecided plans after high school. But Anthony, hopefully we'll see you back here next year for the A-Team Challenge. You're a junior. In the back row is Sebastian. Sebastian Hoyt is a senior this year. Sebastian is off to Duke. Congratulations, been accepted to Duke, and he wants to study environmental engineering. And in the final spot here, rounding out the team, is Mark. Mark Torres is a senior this year, no stranger to the A-Team. Mark, good to see you again this year. He's been accepted at Yale and wants to study cognitive science. So the team from Gulf Coast High School is Mark, Sebastian, Anthony, and Chad under the coaching of Liz Lenhart at Gulf Coast. When we come back, I'll introduce you to the Island Coast team, and we'll start our 10-point round. Good start, guys. Thank you very much. We'll be back.
2 pennies by themselves don't add up to much. But when you're a Suncoast member, every time you swipe your Suncoast credit or debit card, Suncoast donates 2 cents to help children's programs where you live. That means Suncoast members help make their community a better place every day, just by buying things with their cards. And when we add all those pennies from all those Suncoast card swipes together, we can give millions of dollars to our children's future. Visit SuncoastCreditUnion.com and learn how much Suncoast could save you.
Hi, my name is Marshall Bauer, and I'm proud to say I'm the Executive Director of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. The foundation has as its mission engaging the business community and the community at large with our students and teachers in the public school system. Through our many initiatives and programs, we enhance and enrich what is already going on in our public school system. The goal in mind is the same goal that the school district has, to make Lee County Public Schools a world-class school system. It is important that the community understand that our students will be competing in a global market, and in order for them to succeed, they need the backing of the entire community. So please reach out to a student, to a teacher, and help the foundation succeed in its mission. Thank you.
Welcome back to this game of the A-Team Challenge. We've got a battle of the coasts here, Gulf Coast versus Island Coast. You'll notice a quick change in the score here. We needed to take 5 points away from Gulf Coast High School. The response to question 7, historical fiction, was incorrect. We just needed the word historical there. So we'll take away those 5 points, but we'll see how things play out in the next round. You'll be getting more, I'm sure. Before we start our 10-point round, let's move off to Island Coast High School's introductions and our 4 fine players up here. First one and first position is Sophia. Sophia Shagori is a junior this year. Hi, Sophia. Nice smile. She's going to go to the University of Florida after high school and study foreign languages. Suerte. And in the next spot is Nick. Nick Duda is a senior this year. He is waiting to hear back from New College, and he would like to go there to study history. Nick, welcome to you, senior this year. In the back row, third position is Tuet Nguyen. Tuet Nguyen is a junior this year. There she is. She wants to study at USF Nursing. And Tuet, good luck to you in the future. Rounding out the team from Island Coast is Alyssa. Alyssa Hodge is a junior this year, and she would like to head to USF. There she is, and wants to study biology. All right, so the team from Island Coast High School is Alyssa, Tuet, Nick, and Sophia under the coaching of Rhonda Russell. Okay, students, here we go. Let's start our 10-point round now. Each question bumped up a bit. Let's see how we do. For 10 points now, the fictional Glass family was created by what reclusive 20th century American author who also wrote The Catcher in the Rye? Mark, Gulf Coast.
Salinger.
Yep, that's the clue right there. 10 points, Gulf Coast, 10 points for Gulf Coast. Give the term for purifying a sample of uranium to increase the amount of its, Mark, Gulf Coast.
Enrichment.
To increase the amount of its 235 isotopes so it can be used in nuclear fuel. Enrichment, 10 points, Gulf Coast. Next for 10, the famous line, water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. Anthony, Gulf Coast.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
That's right. It appears in which Coleridge poem, and it's the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. 10 points, Gulf Coast. Good job. Defined by Webster's as a word having characteristics of both verb and adjective. It can be present, such as, Mark, Gulf Coast.
Gerund.
No, not gerund. Island Coast. It can be present, such as doing or studying. It can be past, such as eaten or written. Give this grammatical term, whose dangling type is illustrated in the sentence, walking through town, she saw oak trees that had leaves falling from them. Nick?
Adverb.
No, not adverb. The clue in that was dangling, and it was participle. I needed to hear participle. It's okay. Next question for 10. Blocking up your chimney, running a charcoal grill or a generator inside your home, and running your car engine in a, Chad, Gulf Coast?
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah, good anticipation there. Running your engine in a closed garage are ways to generate what deadly chemical compound? Carbon monoxide. 10 points, Gulf Coast. Look at your screen, students. You've got your first math question up. You may begin. Simplify the expression sine squared of 2 pi over 3 plus 2 times the quantity cosine squared 3 pi over 4. As always at the A-Team, the students are given extra time for math questions and also the help of a calculator, pencil, and paper. So we'll see how they do here. A few more seconds go by. Sophia, you're just in time. Go ahead.
3/4.
Nope. Sorry, incorrect. Mark.
7/4.
7/4 is right. 1 3/4 would have taken it, but 7/4 will also accept that as well. Okay, good job. 10 points for Gulf Coast. 7/4 or 1 3/4. Next for 10. After the Roman Emperor Diocletian took power in 284 AD, he divided the empire in half and had the leader of each, Mark, Gulf Coast?
Constantinople.
Nope, sorry. Good try, though. Maybe a little too soon. Let me finish it for Island Coast. He divided the empire in half and had the leader of each half appoint a second in command that would also be his successor. Give the term for this government by four that fell apart when Diocletian retired. Yeah, it's a tough one. Tetrarchy. Tetrarchy is the name of that. Next question for 10. Give the grammatical term for a noun derived from a verb ending in ing. Mark,
Gerund.
now's the time for that response. And you got it. Good for you. 10 points. Gulf Coast. Gerund ends in ing. Those words do. All right, next for 10. Some covalent bonds do not share their electrons equally. Mark again. Gulf Coast.
Polar.
Good anticipation there as well. Creating small positive and negative charges with a bond. I want you to give me the term for the compounds containing such a covalent bond. They are polar compounds. 10 points, Gulf Coast. What Turkish word for fate is also the title? Anthony, Gulf Coast.
Kismet.
Good. It's a title of a Broadway musical beginning with the letter K. Kismet, Gulf Coast, 10 points. What novel by Dostoevsky features the character Mishkin, who is seen as a dimwit because he suffers from epilepsy? Sophia, Island Coast.
The brothers Karsmanov.
Nope. Good try. It doesn't harm to try. Gulf Coast. The novel is called The Idiot. Okay, next question for, all right, we won't have time for that one in the 10-point round, but we will move that question up to the 20-point round. Okay, Island Coast, do not give up heart here, because the next round, each question's worth 20 points. You get 5 in a row, you're back into it. Gulf Coast at 120, Island Coast at 20. When we come back, we'll move into that 20-point round. Don't go away.
Our schools are faced with increasing budgetary challenges. Now, there's an easy way for all of us to support education. By purchasing a License for Learning plate and renewing it each year, $20 are contributed to our schools to help our children. Support the License for Learning campaign. If you've got a car, get involved. For more information, call the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, 239-337-0433. Get involved.
The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is provided in partnership with the School District of Lee County and Waterman Broadcasting.
Welcome back to the second game of the quarterfinals of the A-Team Challenge this year. This one is between Gulf Coast High School and Island Coast High School. Scores are a little separate now, but each question is worth 20 points in this round. Let's see what happens. All right, students, hands on your buzzers. If you try to say, I put flea and tick powder on the dog, and what you really say is, I put tea and flick powder on the dog. Anthony, Gulf Coast.
Freudian slip.
No, it's not a Freudian slip. You have, Island Coast, here's the rest of the question. You have committed what language oddity named for a 20th century British teacher? It's a good guess there, Anthony. It's Spoonerism. Spoonerism is when you do that with the words. Okay, no points there. Next for 20. It can be a sudden wish that prompts you to do something unexpected. Give this 7-letter word. Mark, Gulf Coast.
Miracle.
Nope, not miracle. Sophia?
Impulse.
Wow, Sophia, good job. I was going to read a whole bunch more of that question, but you got it, so I'm not going to do that. 20 points for you. Impulse is the right response. Island Coast gets 20. Next for 20. Look at your screen. There it is. In a triangle, angle A is 30 degrees, and the side across from angle A has a length of 9 units. Give the length of the side across from angle B. If angle B is 41.8 degrees, and the sine 41.8 degrees is 2/3. If you're watching at home, try figuring out some of these questions on your own, and you'll see that these kids are pretty smart here. All right, Chad, Gulf Coast.
2.
Sorry, incorrect, not 2. Good try, though. Sophia.
3.
Nope, not 3. 12. The answer was 12. Okay, no harm, no foul. Here we go. Moving on for 20 points. It is striated and does not get fatigued, which is good. Mark, Gulf Coast?
Muscle.
Be more specific.
Smooth muscle.
Nope, not smooth muscle. Island Coast. It's good because if it got fatigued, we'd all be in deadly trouble. Identify this type of human muscle found only in the heart, whose name can come from the word arrest. Nick, Island Coast.
Cardiac.
Cardiac muscle is the one I needed. 20 points, Island Coast. Another question on your screen here, another math one right away. In square root form, give the area of an equilateral triangle with sides of 12 inches. We want this answer in square root form, please. Anthony, Gulf Coast. Hurry, hurry. Anthony. Sorry, too much time. Island Coast? No. All right, good try there. I could sure see you working at that one. It was 36 square root of 3. 36 square root of 3 was the answer I needed to hear. No problem. No harm, no foul there. Next question for 20. It is the result of limestone undergoing metamorphosis. Sebastian, Gulf Coast.
Sinkhole.
No, not sinkhole. Island Coast, limestone undergoing metamorphosis. Identify this metamorphic rock that is a favorite of interior designers and sculptors. Sophia, Island Coast.
Marble.
Marble is right, 20 points. Island Coast. Next for 20. Coined by a French economist to denote countries that were neither American allies nor Soviet allies, it's come today to mean countries that are desperately poor and seem to always, Mark, Gulf Coast.
Third world.
Yes, and seem to always be in that problem. Third world countries, I wanted the two-word term describing that situation. And you got it, 10 points, Gulf Coast, third world. Next for 20, sorry, 20 points there. Its in-house clothing label includes Stafford, Worthington, Arizona Jean Company, and St. John's Bay. Name this major department store chain whose motto is, it's all inside. Sophia, Island Coast.
Sears.
Not Sears, that's a really good guess though. Mark.
Burlington.
Nope, not Burlington. How about Pennies? Not big pans of pennies there? J.C. Penney's. All right, next question for 20. In Homer's Iliad, what goddess of love hides Mark, Gulf Coast?
Aphrodite.
Yep, she hides Paris just as Menelaus is about to finish him off. 20 points under the wire for Gulf Coast. Wow, okay, so 80 for Island Coast, 160 for Gulf Coast. That's not going to be a runaway because it'll all depend on who answers the question right and how much you wager. So here we go. The final exam is a lengthy one, but you can do this. It's in the subject of social studies. Social studies is the one. Make your scores accordingly, or your wagers, and we'll have the score when I come back.
This one's packed with hope. This one's packed with big dreams. This one's packed with inspiration. It may look like a simple brown bag lunch, but it's really a big way to make a difference. That's because when you become a Take Stock in Children mentor, it takes just 1 hour a week to make an impact that can't be measured. Change a life over lunch. Become a mentor today.
Take Stock in Children is a major program of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. For more information on how you can become a mentor, call 239-337-0433 or email info@leeschoolfoundation.org. The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is provided in partnership with the School District of Lee County and Waterman Broadcasting.
2 pennies by themselves don't add up to much. But when you're a Suncoast member, every time you swipe your Suncoast credit or debit card, Suncoast donates 2 cents to help children's programs where you live. That means Suncoast members help make their community a better place every day just by buying things with their cards. And when we add all those pennies from all those Suncoast card swipes together, we can give millions of dollars to our children's future. Visit SuncoastCreditUnion.com and learn how much Suncoast could save you.
Our schools are faced with increasing budgetary challenges. Now, there's an easy way for all of us to support education. By purchasing a License for Learning plate and renewing it each year, $20 are contributed to our schools to help our children. Support the License for Learning campaign. If you've got a car, get involved. For more information, call the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, 239-337-0433. Get involved.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to this concluding round of the A-Team Challenge. Now, I told you up front, I think I did anyway, that this is going to be a good game, an interesting game. Believe me, that's exactly what's turned out. Wait till you hear what's happened. First of all, before we get to the results, I want to introduce you to the alternates on both teams. We have one alternate on the Gulf Coast side. Let's take a look at the team here. This is Nick Lomas. Nick, give us a wave. Nick is a senior. He's been accepted to UF, University of Florida, and he wants to go up there and study physics. And on the Island Coast side, one alternate as well. This right next to me is Jesse. Jesse Spear is a junior this year. Zufälligerweise, he wants to go to the University of Florida and study physics as well. So there you go. All right, so here's the question the students have been working on in the subject of social studies in the final exam round. And it's a pretty straightforward question, but it's very lengthy, as you can see. Put these 10 major wars with U.S. involvement in chronological order. Now, I'm going to leave that up there for just 15 seconds. You folks at home, look at that. Can you do it? Can you figure out which one was which, and which one was first, and which one was second, and which one was third, all the way up to number 10? Here is the response that we needed to see on the student's answer sheet. The responses are right here, and of course the first one is the American Revolution. The second one there is the War of 1812. The third is the Mexican War, et cetera, et cetera. So, coming into the round, the setup was this. Island Coast had 80 points. Gulf Coast had 160 points. Both teams got the question right. Island Coast wagered 80 points. They got 160. Gulf Coast wagered no points. They ended at 160. So for the first time in many years, we ended up this game with a tie. And the tie was broken during the commercial break. We asked the students, both teams, 5 questions. The team that answered the most questions correctly is the winner today. And by a score of 2-1 with the last 5 questions, Island Coast High School is the winner. Moving on. Let's give them a big round of applause. So, that concludes this round of the A-Team Challenge, a very exciting game. And students, please get up and congratulate each other. You both did a great job. Thanks for watching.